My name is Sonia Burns and I work for the Southern Partnership as their programme manager. That means that I'm responsible for the programmes across the 4 councils, which is Armagh, Banbridge, Craigavon and Newry and Mourne. We want to bring people together, address any issues there are in areas with all sections of the community, and we want to work with the community to do that. Well, we have different programmes. We actually have 7 different programmes running under our strategy, it's called. For example, we look at youth projects, anti-racism work, integration, issues of sectarianism. So we try to take different approaches to ensure that there's a little bit of something for everybody.
This is our event, our Communities Together event. It's basically about 2 pipe bands coming together, one from the north, which is ourselves, a Catholic pipe band coming together with a Protestant pipe band from Clontibbert in Monaghan.
How the relationship developed between the 2 bands, we go to band competitions and the other girls go to band competitions too, and we have been talking to them back and forward and we had got good relationship between the 2 bands, and we used to be talking about tunes and pipes and bands and things every time we'd meet.
The very first time we came together, they learnt us a couple of tunes, and then we went and there was like a hall and there was food and stuff and bouncy castles, and then they came down to us and we played a couple of board games with the other children in the band.
I think, you see, through the bands you're reaching out to youth because you have young people, and it's bringing young people together of different backgrounds and different areas, and I think that's a whole positive thing when you get 2 bands together and then you get young people together. You might get them together in something else, and it's good encouragement.
The launch today is, of course, for Racism is Wrong campaign and Race Equality Month.
It was the launch of our Racism is Wrong campaign, a campaign that we are hoping to be a very hard-hitting campaign with the message that racism is not acceptable in any part of our society. Seeing is Believing event with employers and minority ethnic groups. Basically, the aim is to challenge any racist attitudes on the ground.
Employers who, have very bad practice in terms of their treatment of minority ethnic staff and migrant workers, should we be naming and shaming those employers?
I think it would be more appropriate that if people are breaking the law and exploiting workers, then they should be prosecuted under the law.
But they should be in fact challenged. They should be brought to the industrial tribunal courts.
Citizens advice bureaus, for example, every office throughout Northern Ireland are on a daily basis dealing with issues of migrant workers and foreign nationals.
There is no help for other employees who have maybe been abused in the same workplace but were too afraid to come forward. So our system doesn't support victims at all.
Our campaign involves billboards, press, radio, internet, social networks. Also, we have a number of Challenge of Change champions, which are people from the community that have signed up to the campaign. Hopefully, what we are hoping to do through our programs and training and integration programs is to change attitudes within the community and to build skills and to build relationships between people.
It's a community, it's an engagement project, which really means it's about us trying to connect with the local communities. So what you see going on here is actually a football project aimed at the youth, giving them a chance to play football and us a chance really to talk to them and talk to their parents if they're about as well. plan to deliver this across 30 locations, mostly directly in communities, directly in their areas, outside their houses, effectively.
It would be great if we had it every week, you know, at least once a week or more often, especially in the areas where other resources and opportunities aren't there.
All the people that like football might go there and you might make new friends with other people.
Yeah, have you met anybody new being here?
Yeah.
Who have you met?
I don't know his name, but he's over there.
Yeah.
Playing there.
This is the first time I've ever seen it. I think it's a great job. My son's standing looking in, he has half hour and he's queued up basically waiting to get in. I think it's great for the community. I mean, all types of children, girls and boys, can both go in. All denominations is more welcome to come along and play football.
I think it helps people because like you get to join into each other and you get to play with the adults and all with football. If it ever comes around again, we'll definitely have a go on it. Yeah, I recommend it for everyone because it's really good fun.
Yeah.
Girls and boys.
I think a lot of people give young people a bad rap these days, but if you actually get to know them and take the time to get to know them, and I think the Cage provides that opportunity where you can actually meet together and spend like 2.5 hours together just chatting, and we see a real difference between the start of the session and at the very end of the session.
Normally the community policing teams, if they can, will come down, and once they come down, it's amazing seeing the people looking at the police and saying, okay, they're real, they're really a police officer. So what it gets to put a real face to the person, and things like that make a huge difference, because if people feel more comfortable with their community policing teams, they're more likely to report incidents or any levels of crime that they see going on, and feel happy to do that.
My name is Emilia Kosińska and I'm teaching Polish. This is just a very short course, it's 8 weeks, so it's not long. 4.5,
Yes.
So it's a bit of a different order. So quarter would be here, 2 here.
The aim of our priority of Challenge of Change is to facilitate involvement of minority ethnic people in civic, community and political life, and also to challenge and to address racism. We are trying to challenge any racist attitudes through training programs, through integration projects, and we're also trying to build skills within the minority ethnic communities, empower minority ethnic communities to take an active part in the civic life.
My interest in Polish is that I work with Polish people, colleagues at work are Polish. I'm very interested in Polish history and Polish culture, I always have been. Ireland is moving into a new type of area, a new type of part of its history, and that is we are now no longer an island, we are now a multilingual and multicultural society, which in my opinion I think is one of the best things to ever happen to Ireland. And I think it's a good that we are now forced into a situation where we have to embrace and integrate these other cultures, and part of that understanding of other people, the best way to do that is through the medium of language.
We work with young people and we work with older people as well over 4 programmes. So we have a consortia programme, a training and development programme, a creative young people's programme and a creative art and drama programme as well. So through those programmes there are different methods really of building relationships between young people and older people throughout the different communities. There are also training programmes on offer for young people through sport, through good relations. They're all with a background of anti-sectarianism and anti-racism. There are also then music workshops, music programmes, filmmaking programmes, art programmes and I suppose design programmes as well really. We're targeting 550 young and older people all together over the whole programme. Some of the stuff is very visual, so it is in terms of, booklets have been produced, CDs, films and stuff like that. There's also benches. One of the creative art programmes are designing benches with older people and young people that will go into the 4 parks over the whole cluster area as well. So the visual stuff, but then I suppose you have the stuff that isn't really so visual, the relationships that have been built between older people and young people and also between different communities.
So we look at it as kind of a rehearsal for real life, for problems that they will encounter, and this is a way to rehearse, a place for them to talk to each other and use drama as a medium to get their ideas out. and see that they have an opinion and their opinion is valid. Things like peer pressure, drug and alcohol abuse, where they don't really know, where they might be pressurised into doing something they don't want to do, and we use this as a forum for them to get their ideas out and see how they can get what they want out of life without having to give in to pressures like that. And it's went really well so far. We've had a great response from all the other groups.
So because we're in phase 1 of Peace 3 and phase 2 I suppose is imminent, it's just round the corner, so it is. It's leaving a legacy behind for the young people in the communities. It's making sure that relationships are built, and when Peace Money eventually finishes, that those relationships are sustained.